Hey, hey, hey. Thanks for choosing the flowering for your December 2018 reading. We're going to do card format and 222. 222. Very fitting for Libra, being the balance and act, right? So, before, when I was meditating on your energy, it seems like some of you will be balancing out what you've given. So, like if you've been giving out more positive than you've been receiving, it's not that you want to stop giving out that energy. You just are going to reserve some of it for yourself. On the other end, if you have throughout the year found that you have been projecting a lot more negativity, or when I was drinking my tea, all I heard was, if you if you weren't the source of tea, hi, thank you for being here. If you weren't the source, if you were not the source of tea, of all the gossip and everything else, would you still be popular, or would you still be who you are? And that's a real thing, because sometimes there's so many different facets of us, and if you tend to talk about other people's business, which sometimes we do, it can fall out of balance. You know, you can cause this imbalance in yourself. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But basically, in December, I feel like for Libras, you're going to be asking yourself, what's what value really lies in what I've been putting out, whether it be good or bad, positive or negative, whatever, however you want to put it. Let's see. So in December, it's we're at the end of the year. We're always going through some type of like reckoning with ourselves, cleansing out things. You know, setting intentions for the new year. How we'll be better people. Period. You know. So if you did find that, you know, you were in a more competitive place or negative place, you're seeing that there is a sense of balance that needs to be brought back to that. Because competition is healthy as long as it drives you to do better. If you find that your competitive nature keeps you stuck and still because you're doing too much talking about what other people have going on, or focusing too much on situations that you don't have anything to do with, then you kind of, that's an imbalance, you know. So Libra is definitely looking at how far they've come in December, and then what things could you have accomplished if your attention was focused on you and your endeavors and your projects. Yeah, some of you just want to bring balance back to the scales. You want to bring it all back together. I don't get the feeling that that competitive energy for most of you is a typical thing, you know, not in a negative way. Just take a deep breath in and exhale. Yeah, some of you are detoxing negativity. Detoxing. And the detox is inspired because you begin to see how other people's endeavors and situations, relationships, projects, even just their own spiritual journeys and their own personal dealings are turning out. You're seeing it because you remember that's what you've been doing. I get the feeling that that's what whoever's going to watch this in their Libra, it's like whatever you've been doing, you've been paying attention to other people. However, you were, your attitude was different. It wasn't a progressive attitude. You were just talking about what other people were doing. And you talking about what they're doing yielded no result, and you're seeing that. It didn't hinder them, it just kept you stuck, basically, is what I'm getting at. And that's a deep realization, honestly. Kudos to anybody who's come to that place and is working to accept it. I have Libra ascendant in my chart, so how I present myself to the world is definitely something I've been thinking about. Am I a helper, or am I low-key just projecting stuff that's my own stuff? You know, something I've been thinking about. Psalms 87:3. Yeah, I think you're seeing how other, like I said, other situations, people's things are flourishing, and you're wondering what you could have built by now. Been there. Glorious things are spoken of you, O city of God. You'll find your spot. We're moving from apartment to apartment, from house to house, city to city, more than ever before. Some of us feel the profound sense of being in the perfect spot. Indeed, this experience occurs when we have succeeded in bringing the light within to the right place at the right time. In every incarnation, we must find our own unique path to the divine. What's the comment? Knowing and when you are projecting yourself onto others. Yeah, that's deep. It's deep. And something that, that's a question that I had earlier on in my journey when I began doing tarot and things like that. I was going through a lot of stuff that was heavy, dark, and I would find that sometimes when I was doing readings, I would have to question whether that thought that I had or that insight that came to me was a thought of my own or an actual insight from above. And what I was given for my own spirit, and other people may need to explore this for themselves, but what I was given is that a lot of our personal experience is given to us to use as a reflection tool, but also to help us to identify the situations happening in other people. So for instance, if you're an empath, any situations that you've gone through, any feelings that you felt, disappointments, whatever, you know what that feels like in your spirit, in your body. So when you're doing a reading and that comes up, that's the association. So yeah, it's associated to something that you went through, but you learned how that felt, or what that indication was by experiencing it yourself. So sometimes we just have to ask ourselves, or ask our guides, which one am I doing? Make it clear to me what the connection is between my own trauma and this message that I'm delivering. So thank you for that comment, Maria. Let's see. In every incarnation, we must find our own unique path to the divine. Finding this path, the construction of which takes place over many lifetimes, is of paramount importance. The divine knows each and every path that we must travel, including the one leading to our perfect spot, to our city of God. Right. So, you know, a lot of times we can get down and hard on ourselves about certain ways that we've acted or behaved, even when we have found that we have projected ourselves onto other people in their situations. It's a path that you needed to explore. You know, I feel that with empaths, we do go through all of these different things where sometimes we're the negative energy, and sometimes we're the light, and sometimes we're the underdog, and sometimes we're on top. So we go through down these different roads. Ultimately, it's creating this tree, though. And from this tree, we will continue throughout the rest of our lives to draw knowledge and wisdom from this tree that has been built from these many paths that we've created, or that we've walked. The example that I like to use a lot is that Jesus, you know, a lot of the things that Jesus experienced wasn't punishment for him. However, he learned love, compassion, forgiveness, right, through these different journeys that he went through in his one life. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So let's see what the messages are for Libra, December 2018. All right. How many? There's too many cards. Can I have 3 cards, please? They want me to shuffle some more. Thank you, Maria. Yeah, again, like I said, I don't try to put things out as my own, as the truth. This is just what the reflection was for me. You know, what was divulged to me. The Empress card comes out. Oh, and I caught the Hierophant here, so... Yeah, if the place that you've gotten to, this group, the place that you are trying to get to, um, your values may need to be checked or reassessed. Your intention, your values, whatever, need to be checked, because even though you may have reached or may be seeking to reach this place, the Empress position, seat, energy, whatever, what you've been committing yourself to has become a barrier or a wall, and you're being uplifted. You might see yourself being uplifted for something less than you would like to be uplifted for. Like, it's one thing to be funny, but it's another thing to be funny just talking about other people. So those comedians, when you go to a comedy show, if they're just talking about people in the audience, that's less funny, really. It's funny, but it's like you're doing it at someone else's expense, and you still get the accolade of being funny. But is that what you want is that what you want people to say you get your fame or your attention from? Okay. I have 2 more cards for Libra, December 2018. Because are you a true Empress if you've gotten there with ill motive, or, if you climb the ladder? Oh yeah, see, Justice coming out. So is this really what you want to build your platform on? Kind of like, it's making me think like world star and stuff like that. It's like the types of things that are put on there get many likes that cause these channels to have lots of followers, but the content, though, does the content do more damage than good? So in December, Libra, you are really doing some balancing of yourself. You're balancing your own motives, intentions, and it's okay for you to want to serve you too. For you to want to be seen, but you don't have to step on others. Is what you're looking at. You're like, darn, maybe I've caused the downfall of other people for my own to receive praise. 7 of Swords, yeah, the agenda. And it's funny because these types of things, these types of behaviors can easily turn into self-hate. Like, it actually, right? Someone would say there's a lack of self-love. That's why you're looking at other people, right? Cool. But these types of behavior can easily turn you inside on yourself, turn you against yourself. I actually experienced that myself as well. I went through a short period of always feeling and hearing judgments in my mind because I had spent a lot of time judging. I didn't necessarily talk down or talk negatively about people, but I was making judgments, and it turned in on me. I say the Empress is being clarified by the King of Cups. And for me, the King of Cups, there's a term that a friend gave to me, emotional intelligence. So you're navigating the geography of your mind and working out where these actions or behaviors are truly rooted. Basically, did I do this, and this out of self-hate? Did I do this, and this because I didn't feel that I was getting the attention I needed? My situation was bad. Someone else's was better, and I wanted to bring them down to my level. Like those types of things we're addressing inside of us. I say Libra because, like I say, I'm ascended. So this could have totally been, you're asking yourself if you made the right choices. I say you're asking yourself, you didn't make the right choices. And so you are coming to terms with that and coming to accept that the choices, the behaviors were not of your highest good. There's so many major arcana here already. So what I feel that is that all of this is divinely guided. It's something that you, like I say, it's one of your paths to this tree, You will pull from this experience just like I have and just like many others have. You'll pull from this valuable lessons and even insights for your own life, your own path, and those around you. I also get the feeling that with the King of Cups and the Lovers in reverse, You know, if you took action against someone's relationship, because that seems like this might be the energy, whatever strategy, whatever behaviors that you were exhibiting to try to affect someone else's relationship. And I get the feeling because of it being like some type of jealousy, but more like not that you wanted that person or that you even wanted what was going on in their situation. It's just you were lacking and then you saw someone else feeling whatever you wanted to feel in abundance. So in December, this is a reckoning for you. I don't get the feeling that there's any like, you know, exposure. I think you might not even go to try to make these things right. And that's fine. You know, you will kind of, good night, thanks. You know, you may kind of just deal with it in yourself. Nobody needs you to come forward. Yeah. See, I do, well, you know, actually some of you might come forward to others with the truth, but I get that you are just accepting this truth for yourself and realizing that as everyone else is healing as kind of progressed in leaps and bounds, that message of you'll get there too is deep. Okay. Yeah. You're feeling like yours just hasn't come yet. And you're coming to understand that you can't manifest what you're trying to manifest when you're cutting other people's down. You can't grow anything when you're busy cutting other people's trees down. So, wow. That's good stuff for group one. So congratulations, you know, on coming to this realization and allowing it to push you in a more positive direction. For group two, Psalm 77:2. This came up for another sign. I'm going to have to do a better job of documenting my cards and things because I'm always referring to other readings, but it came up for another sign. And for them, it was about hidden ailments that they're dealing with that they haven't quite expressed or shared the information. It was Cancer. It was Cancer's reading. It was about, you know, being sick or being tired or being just burdened and not necessarily sharing the information with other people for whatever reason. Psalm 77:5. For you guys, it may be the same type of energy. You have held my eyelids open. I am overwrought and I cannot speak. Your worry is consuming you. Keep in mind that concern is different from worry. Concern tells and worry pesters. Worry behaves much like a mosquito. It annoys, distracts, disturbs, and injures. Feelings or thoughts that cause us to step away from our center, especially when we are engaging in our spiritual practice, are known as Makshvat Sarat. The worry voice, if you will, is not that of your highest self, which never instills fear. Almost always, the worry voice belongs to one of your younger selves who, failing to see and understand the bigger picture, becomes frightened and then transmits that fright, often loudly, to other selves. Do two things right now. Breathe in perfect peace and breathe out worry. And then drink plenty of water and eat some nutritious food. So, again, this card, like I say, this one always speaks to me as illness, being tired, you know, and here, worry. Knowing that worry is going to weigh on our health, you know. For about 8 months last year, I say 8 months, but about 4 months last year, I was having some ailments and I didn't understand what was going on. And I kept going to the doctor, And eventually, I went to the neurologist and they said, there's nothing wrong with you. You just need to stop stressing. You need to relax. So if that's your energy for group two, then in December, you're really focusing on unloading certain burdens. Yeah. I also heard, what's the Bible verse? It's like, don't grow weary. Don't grow weary in well-doing, in good doing. I already ate, babes. Thank you. What are you trying to cook? Oh. Oh, okay. I forgot I got them. Enjoy your breakfast. Sorry, guys. King of Coins. Six of Coins. Okay. This group of Libras is overworked. Overworked. I get the feeling that there's some other people sitting around in your environment who just aren't putting effort, who aren't contributing to the stability of a situation, a project, a relationship. You're hoping in December to bring it to better balance. I hope, and I'm getting so far that it definitely can come to greater balance in this month. If you'll admit that you can't do it on your own. Yeah, okay. So 9 of Pentacles in reverse is saying that you're not giving yourself enough attention, okay? You need to balance out your efforts to provide or produce with your and regeneration. So all your efforts to keep things in balance, to earn more money, to pay off debt, you also need to invest in the regeneration of your own body and your own being. You have the King of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So although you are reaching certain goals, I feel that this year you have really, really, really worked hard. And so in the month of December and going into next year, you've decided that I'm going to give myself more attention. I don't want to work to burnout. Strength in reverse. Yes. You know, an imbalanced approach to anything can wear you out. Okay. So hard work, hard work and no play, you know, that's what they say. It makes us for a sad day. So King of Coins being here with the strength in reverse is letting me know that whatever efforts you've been putting towards something has really taken a toll on you. And your health may be actually in danger. You may have gotten news, or you may be getting news this month that something is going on inside of you, in your body, in your mind, whatever the case may be. I get the body, you know, with all these pentacles here. 4 of Staffs came out with the 6 of Coins. Yes. In this month, definitely you're going to find that even when you're not able to give to yourself, some other people are coming in to give to you so that you can balance yourself out. The 4 of Staffs, the 4 of Wands came out to clarify the 6 of Coins, which means that, you know, if you have not completed the goals that you set out to complete this month, there is some help coming in this month to bring it to full fruition. And it's not anything for you to feel as if, you know, you couldn't do it on your own. But I think that's the lesson, is that you didn't have to. It didn't have to be sheer effort on your part. All right. Yeah. I think you will get a surprise here. A surprise. It's like a... Oh, yeah. So the message or the... information that you get regarding your health regarding your health or project, I want to say. You're getting this information and it's really going to shake you into paying better attention to your own goals or your own feelings or your own body. Because I get this feeling that you felt as if you didn't do it, it wouldn't get done. So in the month of December, you're seeing that other people are seeing your work, your contribution, and they're wanting to contribute to your efforts. They're wanting to support you in what you are doing. As well as, you know, the next message being the fact that when you learn this information, it shifts you into a more balanced approach to attaining your goals. You're learning the value of caring for your body. I also get the feeling that if this is not you, this could totally be like a romantic partner or a family member that you're pretty close to. And you're seeing it happen to them and you don't want to follow that same example. You're like, man, they don't give themselves, you know, anything. They always put themselves last. And I feel like this month, you're not going to put yourself last anymore. You're not going to leave it up to others or to the environment or whatever. You're not going to leave it up to chance that you get what you need. That's beautiful, Libra. Group 3. These cards keep coming out. So there's a common theme here. So with a lot of these readings. And this deck has over 100, it has 150 cards. And I'm shuffling it every time. Either way, 101 and 5, or sorry, 101 and 2. If you picked 3, you may be doing some studying or research regarding a goal or plan that you want to bring to fruition, something that you want to see success in, bring greater stability to. You are researching methods to do that. You're seeking, even if it's not paper, books and study, you're seeking inspiration on how to make this successful. And it's funny because you may be reaching out to other people to see where your support lies even. And if that's the case, then I get the feeling that in December, you're getting very clear about where you will exchange your energy when it comes to supporting other people's projects, endeavors, goals. You'll begin to see where you're putting out more support than you're receiving. So that's important when you're trying to plan things and make something a success, because it's important to know who does have your back and who's really just there. Who's feeding off of your support? Who are you supporting in your life that is succeeding? And then asking yourself, can I turn to them for support? Overall, I do get this feeling, this 4 of Wands energy, like you're looking for creative solutions to bring things that you want into fruition, to bring things into better balance. 6 of Swords in reverse, meaning, yeah, someone may be at a standstill. You guys may be at a standstill about how to proceed, or who to proceed with, or what to proceed, or what to continue to pursue. The 6 of Swords being in reverse is like, for me, not having a full understanding of what will take you from here to there, okay? And you may also be looking at the way you've tried to proceed in the past. I say that with the 4, this 6 of Wands, the 6 of Swords has, the 4 of Swords in the boat. So you're trying to see where you're celebrated and where you're sabotaged. The 3 of Cups came out as well. So who's celebrating you? Who's working against you? What hasn't worked for me? What has worked? I don't know why I haven't read the scripture yet, but I'm about to read it. And then the Hermit. Okay. Psalms 101 and 2. I will study the way of the blameless. When shall I attain it? Study what works. The light within patiently brings us to greater and greater awareness of our true identity and purpose. Realize that you undertook efforts to cultivate your spirituality because the divine prompted you to do so. Studying subjects related to spirituality, a key component of any spiritual practice, is your next step. Immerse yourself in the lives of those who have traveled the path to oneness and learn their methodologies. If you punctuate your routine with Talmud Torah, which is studying the truth, Gemilut, Chastidim, performing acts of loving kindness, and Avodah, worshiping the divine, you too will reach the goal of goals. Right. So also here, you may be wondering, what is the goal of goals? Is my goal really the higher perspective? Like, is this really the bigger picture? Am I seeing that? Some of you reluctant to move forward, wondering if you will have success in a certain thing. And it may just take for you to see how other people have done it. I'm currently planning a spiritual retreat, focusing on the divine feminine. And I definitely had to go look. I consider myself a good event planner or whatever, but I definitely had to go look to see specifically the steps that people take to put on successful retreats. You know, yeah. With the hermit here, it's as if, yeah, you're seeking it. You're seeking wisdom, knowledge, understanding, advice regarding a project. And when you reach out to people, or when you reach out to people specifically, you're being, you're almost being shown your tribe, who's part of your tribe and who is kind of just like an onlooker. That keeps coming up. There's definitely an assessment here about how to move forward to bring the most success to a situation. The hanged man with the Six of Swords, waiting for inspiration, waiting for insight, waiting for divided. Is this the right time? Even you guys are looking up. For some, even scheduling stuff, what the to do this thing is, or if it definitely here for this to move with the intent. You don't want to that December Libras is, you guys are meditating a little more and connecting not only with the divine, but with the people who have shown themselves to be supportive in this journey for you. Because I think the idea is really that you want to bring success. This is clarifying the Three of Cups. So you really want to bring success to a situation or a project. You want it to have longevity. And I don't get the feeling that this is about you having accolades. This is about you making your mark in the community because you know that that's what you're being called to do. And you just want to make sure you do it in the best way possible, in a way that doesn't cause, that doesn't end in failure, honestly. Please clarify the Hermit. The Death card in reverse is what was just popping out there. And the Ace of Cups in reverse. So kind of the same energy, honestly. Yeah, some of you are definitely being careful to choose the energies that you want to interact with. Because when the Ace of Cups is in reverse, for me, it often feels like an acknowledgement that something doesn't fill my cup, that it's just taking from my cup. And this is very reciprocal with whichever one of those, I can't even remember, but whichever one of those groups we're just talking about what I've given out, what I've gotten, and the support that I'm putting out, and then the support that I'm receiving. So this is really a question, a exploration, I would say, of the best way to move forward. What's going to move forward with me? Who has my highest good in mind? What path supports my highest good? Like, what path am I walking right now? Make that clear to me, please. What's the significance of it? And for some, the month of December will be of You know, you could be turning down, you could be faced with a choice to go with something that serves you materially or personally, and then something that serves your higher path. Okay, you know, every lifetime we come here and we're charged with, are we going to follow our divine path, or are we going to ignore that part and just exist here this time? And we are charged with a mission, but you know, we're also given the free will to do it or not. So I feel that in the month of December for this group of Libras, you could totally be turning down a whole lot that doesn't that you know or does that you feel is not going to take you to the Three of Cups, Ten of Coins energy. It's not going to bring the stability, the success, the celebration that you know it's meant to bring. I also get the feeling that you may be separating from family or long-term friends and things like that, because you're aware that moving forward with them may be some type of hindrance. Okay. You also, on the other end, could be celebrated by family. Okay. You could be uplifted by family for some work that you have done. It's at the bottom of the deck here. Ace of Coins in reverse. Okay. Yeah, some of you are deciding that your pursuit of love is going to take a back burner. You know, love, like a romantic relationship, is going to take a back burner. And then your pursuit of money. So you're seeing that these two things may have been distracting you from more spiritual growth and development. Wow. Cool. Things that you once thought would bring you stability, you're reassessing and wondering, do they still have a place? Because what brought us stability 10 years ago could literally be a crutch now, a hindrance. So what do we have for Libra the month of December? Ace of Coins in reverse came back out. Libra, 2018, December. Libra, December 2018. The Emperor. Yep. It seems like your power, your energy will be returning because you're not exercising or you're not pushing out as much effort towards outside things as you have been throughout the year. May I have one more card, please, for Libra? December 2018. The Magician. Yeah, there's a change. There's a change here. It's a change that brings forward great balance. I feel like in the month of December, after losing some type of, or missing out on some type of opportunity or something earlier in the year, maybe, you're now coming back to balance. Your confidence is back. You are understanding that this was part of the flow that needed to happen to bring you to greater stability, to return you to power, to for you to retrieve, I heard, your soul. Wow. Eight of Swords in reverse. So yeah, anything about whatever missed opportunity in the month, in the previous months of the year, you're now regaining your strength and stability. You're now regaining your confidence. You're now seeing manifestation taking place in your life. And honestly, if you're not seeing it yet, you are starting to see what actions need to be taken, or what failures, or sorry, what lack of action, change, or whatever contributed to that depletion. Okay, so returning to power this month, returning to power, and your power doesn't lie in what other people are saying, what other people are doing. Your power lies in what you can create, stability that you bring to yourself, how you affect the situation. If you've been causing shakeups or kind of chaos, then you're seeing that you're returning and you're allowing that negative thing to no longer have that negative energy, that combative, competitive, just downright nasty energy. You're seeing how it's kind of blocked your manifestation abilities. And so with the Emperor and the Four of Wands, I always feel that whole of the pillars, what of my foundation needs to be repaired so that I can move forward in a more positive way, so that I can now manifest the things that I desire, since my focus is now on manifesting those things rather than, maybe taken away from others. Wow. All right, Libra, thank you so much again. If you have not yet done so, hit subscribe. I keep saying that you can always come back and unsubscribe if you decide that you don't like us, but I hope that doesn't happen. So thank you for trusting us, trusting us with your insights, and have a great end of the year.